Hello, colors, and welcome to Viva Barca. Welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with Pablo Gavi talking about La Liga, as it has been revealed that La Liga purposefully changed rules to prevent Gavi's registration into the Barcelona senior team. That is incredible. We are going to be discussing more on that as we move ahead. Then secondly, talking about Sergi Roberto, as it has been reported that Barca have offered the 30-year-old defender 1+1 extension. That's just so unfortunate as a fan of Barcelona. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, before we get right into the full story, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barca! Barca! Gavi's registration saga has gone on long enough for everyone to understand something incredibly sketchy is happening behind the scenes. As one of the best young players in the world on a minimal salary too, it seems rather interesting that La Liga have been trying to prevent Barcelona from penning his new deal officially. Most recently, Barcelona had filed a court case against the league in an attempt to register the player. The judge ruled in their favor, forcing La Liga to fire Gavi as part of the Blaugrana senior team. One of the main arguments made by Javier Tebas against the registration was that Barca's expected losses would increase 200 million euros. However, that rule came into power much later as per a report by Col de Chambéry. The rule initially said that a renewal could be registered during the winter transfer window if it was signed before that, dependent on the salary cap for the following season. Gavi signed his renewal in September, which meant he should have been registered without trouble this winter. La Liga, however, changed the rule in November to apply it for the entire season instead of just the half. As Gavi renewed his contract in September, the initial rule should have been in power during his registration. The new rule applies only for players who renewed their contract after the winter market. La Liga manipulated their own rule just to prevent Barcelona from registering Gavi in the winter. How heartless can this president of La Liga be? To be honest, he is a Real Madrid fan. He doesn't even hide it in the public, and it doesn't even come as a surprise that such a person would try to do his best to ensure that Barca crumbles, as we have been seeing, repeatedly during his reign as president of the league. Honestly speaking, Gavi registration was supposed to be done ever since, and all because of Javier Tebas and his selfish aims just to make the league a scary one. Even for new players to come to this league now will be a big problem because the league is just too tight. The rules, I don't know. La Liga wasn't just like that, but Javier Tebas have his own agenda, and it is just so bad after this revelation that La Liga purposefully tried to, twist their own rules just to ensure that Barcelona shouldn't be able to register player renewals. Gavi was supposed to be registered since according to the old rules, but Barca couldn't. And I think I really appreciate the fact that Laporta had the guts to take this matter to court, and the judge of that court ruled in favor of Barca. It's something incredible and so good. And I don't understand that registering Gavi was a matter of taking it right to a court before things could happen. Because it made no sense. Now we have sold Memphis Depay. We're talking about Hector Bellerin. All those guys, their salaries are off the books. Gerard Piqué retired some months back. But still, yeah, how on earth would Tebas still come out in the winter transfer market and say Barca can't sign anybody? It's absolutely crazy. 3 players gone, then you can't bring back somebody. It's absolutely not good. So it is really a shame, a big shame. La Liga is a disgrace, to be honest. And I don't know how Tebas feels about this. How he shows to the world, to the public, that he hates Barcelona so badly. It doesn't make sense. You can't be a president and you act so unprofessional, to be honest. I think things should better change for this league to be a better one, honestly speaking. It's getting worse. The fair play issues have been crumbling many clubs, not just Barca. Barca is just renowned because Barca is a big club. we have Valencia, we have Sevilla. All of them are suffering a lot about this. It's only Real Madrid, as you expect. It's only Real Madrid that you have no issue of financial fair play. They even wanted to sign Mbappe and Haaland joint to come, but even though it did not work out, but they can do all that. And Tebas will not say a single word, right? Because he's one of the biggest Madrid stars out there. That isn't how things should be done. You as a leader of a league, you shouldn't even disclose who you support. You should act professional and act evenly among all the clubs that you rule. Then moving on to the next story of discussion, Barcelona are one of the few clubs in the world that can claim to regularly keep two of their four captains on the bench, while Jordi Alba has seen his fair share of minutes. It is Sergio Roberto who is the more severely affected of the two as he whiles away his time on the Catalan bench. According to a report by Gabriel Sanz, Barcelona have offered Roberto a one-year contract extension with the option to prolong it for another season subsequently. However, the optional year would depend on the number of games played by the right back. Further, it is also said that the terms of the new deal will see the La Masia graduate occupy less space on the club's wage bill as it includes a wage cut. Roberto renewed his deal with Barcelona last summer and signed for one season in a deal that came amid severe controversy. After all, the defender was still recuperating from a serious injury at the time and had not contributed on the field for months at a sketch when he signed the papers. Roberto has not been a regular player this term too, with Xavi preferring Jules Koundé or Ronald Araujo at right back based on the occasion. However, the 30-year-old is seen as a versatile and valuable backup option by Xavi, who has also assured the player of minutes. Given Hector Bellerin's departure, Roberto could see a bigger role at right back in the second half of the campaign for Barcelona. His ability to cover as a rotating midfield option adds to his repertoire and improves his utility in the manager's plans. Roberto has started just 5 La Liga games for the Blaugrana this term, although he has come off the bench 7 times. In that duration, he has scored 2 goals and averages close to 3 defensive actions per game. Sergio Roberto is one of those players who have been having an on and off season, having been consistent either in appearances and also in his form. Whenever he plays, his performances have never really been up there in recent seasons. And I think many Barca fans still question, why on earth is Xavi really pushing and pushing hard for this guy to get renewed? Something that I myself as a Barca fan, I can't answer that. Roberto from La Masia, some people argue that it's because of the issue of La Masia that Barca will always try to keep those guys no matter what. We're talking about players like Sergio Busquets as well. After everything that fans want him to go, but still yet it seems as Gavi wants Laporta to extend his contract. So it is what it is. Gavi always back up and say, look, this guy is so versatile. I want him in my team. He can add, he still has a lot in the tank to add despite his form and despite the injury. But do you think it's worthwhile to still increase this guy's contract? I personally don't think so. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye for now.